Good day, ladies and gentlemen. So we are beginning with the trading basics, and in this particular lesson we'll be looking at what is Forex. This is our risk disclosure. So what is Forex? Forex stands for foreign exchange, which is exchanging one currency for another. In this lesson we'll be teaching you how these currencies affect one another. And to demonstrate this, we'll be using the currency pair USD CAD. Right, so what you see here is what your trading graph looks like, right? So when you open your MetaTrader 4, you have your date and time at the bottom, and you have your exchange rate on the side right there. So we said that we'll be looking at the USD CAD. Now the first thing to note, and this is very important, is the fact that when we trade currencies, we trade them in pairs. You cannot trade one currency alone because we are exchanging one currency for another, right? Now, when looking at this currency pair like this, you have your base currency, which is the first currency that appears in the pair, right? And then you have your quote currency, which is the second currency that appears in your pair. One thing that's very important to note is the fact that your base currency is always equals to 1. Right? And your quote currency fluctuates in value. Now, I want to demonstrate this to you on the chart. So I want to bring your attention to this graph right here. Assume that at one point we had our USD being equal to our Canadian dollar, right? So USD being 1, as it is always 1, the base currency always being 1, and the CAD, the Canadian dollar, also being 1. So this would have meant that both these currency pairs are equal in value. The moment you see price trade higher in this manner, that means that the exchange rate has gone higher, and our quote currency, because our base currency is always 1, our quote currency is the one that has changed in value. So in this instance, our CAD would now be equal to 5, and that would mean that it takes you 5 Canadian dollars to make up 1 US dollar. Right, now I want to show you the values of the currencies, of the individual currencies, and how they are affected on the price chart, right? Let's begin with the USD. Whenever price trades higher, that means that the USD is getting stronger in value. Why? Because the Canadian dollar is getting weaker against the USD, right? And whenever you see price trading lower, that means that your base currency is getting weaker. And the opposite is the case for the quote currency. Whenever we see our price trade higher, that means that our quote currency is getting weaker in value. And whenever we see price trading lower, then that means that our quote currency is strengthening in value. Now, in the case of the quote currency, we say that it is weakening in value when price trades higher because it is now taking up more of the quote currency to make up one of the base currency. And in a case where price is trading lower, we see that our quote currency gets closer and closer to being equal to our base currency. And that is how price works. When trading Forex, you buy and sell currency. Now assume that you are anticipating that price will trade higher. You want to be a buyer in the market, right? If you buy in the market and price begins to trade lower, that means you are taking a loss. You're making a loss in the market, right? But if you buy and price trades higher in your anticipated direction, then you are profiting from the markets. In a case where you are expecting price to trade lower, then you want to be a seller in the market. And if you sell in the market and price trades in your anticipated direction, which is lower, then you'll be making a profit as price trades lower and lower. But if you sell in the market and price begins to trade higher, then that means you are taking a loss in the markets. Right, so we have 8 major currencies traded in the Forex markets, and they are called majors because they are the most widely traded ones. Symbols have 3 letters in them, with the first 2 letters representing the country and the last letter representing the currency. In the case of the USD, the United States dollar, you have your the first 2 letters being the country, which is the United States, and the last letter, the D, being the name of your currency, which is the dollar. These are our 8 major currencies. We have the USD, which is the United States dollar, and its nickname is the buck. We have the euro, which is the currency of Europe, and its nickname is the fiber. We have the JPY, the GBP, the CHF, the CAD, and the AUD and the NZD. Now you can just obviously look here to get the name of the individual currency and the country where it is from and the nickname. So you have the buck, the fiber, the yen, the cable, the Swissy, the loonie, the Aussie, and the Kiwi. That's it for our lesson today. We hope that this was an insightful one, and until we talk again next time, we are signing out.